Necesitamos estampillas que cambien.
You are now tuned in to your number one radio station.
Violent people.
Radio.
Hey folks, welcome to Violent People Radio, episode 78. I am one of your hosts, Sam Damasio, and big news, Michigan University outlaws love. And with me, per usual, Chris. Chris, how you doing?
Yeah, they also outlawed threatening your mistress and other that I haven't actually read the reports that have come out today.
It sounds like you're describing love.
But yeah, it seems really bad. It seems like
It doesn't seem
not just
healthy?
love. It seems extremely bad.
I have not gotten updates. I've only gotten up to had a relationship completely consensually. And that so we're new information being disclosed to me currently. Dan, how are we doing?
I mean, Ohio State just keeps winning and winning. You know what I mean?
Oh, no. Pat, how are you?
But
I'm glad that love is finally outlawed. It's too long coming.
Too long coming. As we're all saying. All right. Well, it's been a busy week. I've been just grinding away, watching wrestling for 2 days out of the 8-day stretch we were working with here. Also, just getting my booty whipped by work. So it'll be a fun episode. Lots of high energy coming at you. I'm going to start, Dan, with what have you been watching? Because we've been watching some of the similar things over the past few days.
Well, I'm going to start with a match that took place on November 11th, 2025. And I don't know that you've seen it. And if you have, I don't know how I haven't heard you talk about it. So I'm assuming you haven't seen it. It's from Hope Championship Wrestling.
Immediately,
You don't know? You're not familiar with Hope
this.
Championship Wrestling?
No.
It's out of Georgia. It's a religious, like Christian
Hope Wrestling Ministries,
promotion.
specifically.
Yes.
Hope Wrestling Ministries.org. Yeah. Okay.
That is what they call themselves. But if you're looking for this video online, you should search Mike Payne versus Michael Stevens at Hope Championship Wrestling.
No!
He's unretired. He's back.
Oh my, this is the best
God
way.
bless.
He was there.
The
truly
Lord
bless us.
says he is risen.
He was there to give a testimony. That's why he was there. He wasn't there to wrestle, just giving a testimony. And Michael Stevens got involved.
Brought
We had ourselves a
sin
match.
into the workplace, and Mike Payne had to eradicate it. Wow. Oh, this is big news.
I told you I had an announcement. I had breaking news from 3 weeks ago.
Thank you. Wow. No, this is my birthday's coming up. This is the gift.
What's crazier is the guy posted the video of the solo match 2 days ago, but the whole event's been up for 2 weeks. It's just 150 people watched it, knew Mike Payne came back, and didn't say anything.
That's fucked up.
Yeah. This same guy also has a match that's Glacier, Tyson Dean, Tongaloa versus Murder One, Tommy Too Much, Andy Anderson, and Mike Payne. That's an old match.
Dan,
so
you're leaving out a very important part of this, which is that the Mike Payne versus Michael Stevens at Hope Championship Wrestling video on YouTube is uploaded by someone called Jammin' Music Man.
Oh, you guys aren't familiar with Jammin' Music Man?
No.
I'm finding out about him now.
He rules because he uploads all this stuff, and he has like, I don't know what you call them, like intros and outros. Well, one
Yeah,
he'll
I'm
get
watching the intro
wrestlers.
now, going like, "What the fuck is this?"
No, you're probably watching. He has wrestlers do intros, then he does an intro, but he'll also just like say goodbye at the end of the match. He'll pop back up to be like, "Hey, that was Mike Payne versus Michael Stevens. See you next time." He rules.
Amazing.
Was it good?
Oh, he still got it.
Ben?
Does-
You there?
Yeah,
Right
he still got it. It was great.
Okay. Cool. That's pretty sick.
No, if you like Mike Payne, I mean, you still get him
Mike
pulling up
Payne.
his pants more than you like, but he's got them punches, and he beats the shit out of Michael Stevens. Ugh. I guess I should talk about other wrestling I
Pretty good.
watched, but that was really it's all downhill.
I have to imagine. I have to imagine.
Another match I watched. I feel like maybe you've watched in the past, Sam, and discussed it on the show, and it's embarrassing I don't remember. Chase Stevens versus AJ Gray from this year.
Not ringing any bells. Not ringing
Okay,
any
maybe not.
bells.
You watched a Chase Stevens match from this year, so I was afraid this was it. But this took place a month ago in Nashville, Tennessee. And it's at a bar, and I love it. I love a show at a bar where like it's just a bunch of drunks half paying attention, some of them not paying attention, like mildly annoyed that there's a ring at their normal drinking spot. Chase Stevens desperately wants the bandana to stay on to protect his hairline.
I've been there, brother.
AJ Gray, yeah, it comes off at the end, and he looks none too pleased about it. This was 10 minutes. This was great. If I was at this bar, I would have lost my mind. Would have been the highlight of my life. Couple other matches I watched were on the recommendation of Sam, so I know he watched it. Trevor Lee versus Myron Reed,
This
which I
feels
guess
like
is
Dan. You gotta love it.
which is technically, I guess, I watched Trevor Lee versus Harley Rock, and then Trevor Lee versus Myron Reed.
Okay.
But I did love it. I was really confused at first. I thought you were recommending a 2017 AAW match.
No. That's they said, hey, the last time these two wrestled was when Trevor Lee's dad died. Not that one. This one.
Oh, I mean,
The
this one
linked
was
and everything.
Well, yeah, I mean, you recommending, 2017 AEW doesn't seem that weird, and I was like, why now? But this, yeah, it fucking ruled. It ruled, and it made me want to check out more Trevor Lee and maybe more AEW. But then I read some of the cards that take place, and I don't want to check out AEW. I just want to check out more Trevor Lee. But I watched that, and I watched Trevor Lee versus Rafael Quintero from the show that just happened a few weeks ago. That they called the Smoke Show and based around the in-ring return of Scarlett Bordeaux. So, they got their
All good
priorities
stuff.
straight. As I'm fast forwarding, trying to find the Trevor Lee match, Scarlett, after the match, she's got the mic, she's putting over Sierra. I just think that's fucking hilarious. Like you hung in the ring with Scarlett, so you're legit.
God bless.
The Quintero match wasn't as good as Myron Reed match, but they were both really, really good. Myron Reed, I don't know what happened. He was in MLW, what do they call him? The young goat returned. He won like a squash match, I think. And he was just fucking gone.
That was
This
it.
feels like a perfect MLW guy.
What's Court doing? Or was Myron Reed doing when you think about it?
Listen, I like Diego Hill, but it's like I'll take a Myron Reed over Diego Hill.
Oh, sorry. Myron Reed has become a turncoat, so I have to abandon any appreciation for him.
What did he do?
He's in TNA. He's in
Oh,
the
that's
enemy
why I
territory.
haven't.
Yeah.
That's why I haven't seen him. He doesn't really exist.
Yeah, he's a rascal.
This match, it kind of made me think of, I don't know why. Maybe it's just white guy versus black guy. Maybe I'm being racist, but Ace Austin versus Lee Johnson, which I saw at Final Battle, which was like, just because I think of Lee Johnson as slightly younger and Ace Austin as slightly older, and that's kind of like the Trevor Lee thing, Myron Reed thing, but like they're both super young and been around forever. And this was 1,000 times better. Ace Austin versus Lee Johnson was poopy. One of the worst matches I've seen in a long time.
Okay.
I guess
Interesting.
all they do is they fucking roll around. It's like they're flipping, they're rolling.
Wait,
It-
quick question: is it Lee Johnson or Lee Moriarty who everyone sucks off?
No, Lee Moriarty, and he's awesome. That's why they suck him off.
Okay.
He deserves it.
Okay.
Yeah, I watched all of Final Battle and Battle 0 Hour, I guess, since I was there in person. But
So how was the press experience for the show?
okay, let me first off say I will have a road report up by 4 p.m. tomorrow.
Very timely. I appreciate it.
That's a week. That's within a week. You get a 7-day grace period. First off,
What?
everyone knows that.
Everyone. Does AEW? Does Tony know this? Does Tony
No,
know?
listen.
Hey, he's giving press passes to people that are posting. Within a reasonable amount of time, aka a week.
If you post it on Saturday, it's going to get lost in the collision talk. You post it on Sunday, that's the Lord's Day. You know what I mean? Suddenly it's Monday,
God
it's
takes
Raw.
over.
It just keeps it. It's tough. It's tough to get in then.
And all of our readers are watching Raw. They all love watching Raw.
They love Raw so much. It's all they talk about. I will say when Raw went on Netflix, they did all talk about it.
That's true. We did have like a solid month where people were watching it.
Like beat by beat, they were like, let's check this out.
I keep losing Dan.
Yeah, I'm not here. Dan, you alive?
He said okay, like he was about to
I've
start
been looking
going
at my
crazy.
computer this whole time. You're like, what the fuck am I opening that's causing me to keep losing internet connection? I'm not. Dan's just a terrible person.
It's amazing that his
What are you gonna
computer knows that.
Yeah. Yeah. Even the AI is aware of Dan's, you know what? Let's say issues for posterity. So while Dan's not here, we need to just express our disappointment in him for not showing up to the scrum, which really
Unbelievable.
painted violent people in a bad light. We get.
I would never do that.
I was told.
Can you
Dan
imagine how
receives it.
bad it would be though if he had showed up and then asked a bad question? Like
That would've been
Trevor
great.
Dame would have fucking roasted him on Twitter.
Yeah.
We can't take that hit.
I was told Dan was going to get unfettered access to the behind the scenes Ring of Honor. And we came home with a goose egg. Just an abysmal showing from our friend Dan.
Are you guys still there?
Yeah,
yes.
Oh, I could not hear you guys.
Oh.
Yeah, we could.
Yeah, we couldn't hear you.
Ben?
Oh. What did I last say?
You said okay, and then your audio dropped out.
Oh. 5:45 is when I show up to this event to get in the media line. 7 hours later, I'm sitting in a chair, listening to Ian talk about cheesesteaks. And he goes, any minute now, someone should be coming out. There were 13 matches. I was there 7 hours. I didn't know I was going to go to the show, so I had a 9 o'clock appointment the next day. If I had a hotel, which, by the way, I love that Hilton is connected to the Columbus Convention Center. People should stay there. I would have got one there. I might have been able to stay awake for it, but it was just too much. I live 2 hours away. I was like, I got to go. I don't think I offended them because they asked if I wanted to come to Collision.
It's good that you didn't offend
And
them.
then you said no.
I did
Yeah, and then
say
you said
no.
fuck no and spat on them.
I said, no, I'm fucking good. I saw what you had to offer.
Good show?
Really good show.
Wow.
I mean, I had fun. There's too many matches, but like that's not fun to talk about because everyone knows. But like, I fucking loved uh Lee and Nigel. Like, I was going crazy for that. That was a great match. Um, Mercedes and Red Velvet, great. And then like everything else, like for the most part, everything on the actual Ring of Honor Final Battle show was fun. Like nothing was offensive. And it's like honestly, maybe if I would have just wheeled in right when the first match was going on in that would have been better. That would have cut out 4 of the matches I had to sit through. But no, great show.
Sure.
The media portion's fun because it's like some TikTokers. It's an old guy who has like a sports talk show out of Columbus who was
This
very
rocks.
confused. A guy who there was another guy who was from a sports radio company who seemed he was a weirdly amount tuned in where like he seemed like he knew all the guys, but then when the pure title match started, he had no idea what was going on. He's like, "Is every match going to be like this?" And I was like, "Hopefully not."
That's good.
No, but I was just like, I don't know how you knew about Ring of Honor from 20 years ago, but didn't have any idea what the pure rules were. So that was funny. But no, it was a good time. The Columbus Convention Center, like ballroom they had it in, you get giant seats. So that's a good time. It was during a
Okay.
GalaxyCon, which is like a Comic Con thing. So there's just fucking furries everywhere. Take that however you will. And I did get to watch 2 matches from I don't have it in front of me, whatever the cosplay wrestling company's called. And that was fun. That was fun. It was just a bunch of people dressed up like comic characters while a bunch of Ring of Honor wrestlers sat in the audience with Mansoor especially just being the best fan ever, just yelling and clapping and screaming for everything.
Gotta support the boys.
He yelled at like the other guys there were like Griff Garrison and like whoever all's in his little faction, Brian Keith, Lord Crew, like just a bunch of like lower card guy. Willie Mack was there, and they all tried to leave before the main event, and Mansoor like freaked out on them. He's like, "It's the main event. It's the main event. Sit down." And then they announced Spider Punk, and he's like, "You're gonna leave before Spider Punk wrestles?" I thought, what a sentence.
Fuck?
Yeah, what a sentence.
I do think Mansoor is he and Mason are honestly one of the best acts that AEW has.
Oh, you're
Just
not
because
saying Mansoor.
No, Mansoor, sorry.
Okay. No. I should have known that because Mansoor's not in Ring of Honor. But I did think, wow, weird for him to be doing this. Why is he
Yeah.
there?
It's
it
kind of
would
weird of
be
him to like
awesome if
tell all
Mansoor
the
and
contract
Mansoor
guys.
traded gimmicks for just a day.
That'd be
But yeah, no, MXM Collection. I wish that they got more. Like they're kind of falling through the cracks, and they shouldn't because they are genuinely one of the most entertaining duos in AEW.
I just need more Johnny TV. So anything that makes it better. I thought it was funny. Willie Mack for some reason was like hiding behind like a sign. I guess like from wrestling fans, which I thought was really funny.
cool. I'm sure
Does the
everyone
rest-
was trying to get that autograph.
Yeah, that's my thing. I'm like, it's Willie Mack, man.
Like, I love me some Willie Mack, but
Also, there's a lot of guys that look like Willie Mack just walking around Comic Con. So like, he'll blend in. It's fine.
hell yeah.
Yeah, I've been to a lot of Comic Cons. I can confirm this.
Yeah, like a lot of Willie Mack.
I get called racist all the time because I just walk up to. Are you Willie Mack?
It's crazy to me to be offended enough to like know who Willie Mack is. I am not Willie Mack. I am another fat black man. But yeah, I mean, all in all, Ring of Honor, go to it, I guess.
Got your show near you.
Yeah.
You run a lot of them.
I mean, as long as like Tonyverse shows are, every time I go to one, I have fun. Even when like one time, pre Kyle Fletcher being good. Aussie Open put me in a fucking like time vortex on a what's the Rampage? It was Rampage taping when they had Rampage. And like time stood still for like 20 minutes and I thought an hour had passed. But then I was really high and I saw Gringo Loco versus Vikingo and it was awesome.
Oh yeah. Well, like that, and that's the thing about this, where like the part of the reason, again, if I had a hotel, I definitely would stay. Part of the reason too is like 11:50 at night, Athena rolls out there and she goes, "Me and Persephone, we got to go 30." A challenger that everyone knows will not win on a show that's already had 12 matches, that just had a 30-minute survival of the fittest match. This should be a 30-minute fucking long match. Let's do it. And I got called a misogynist on the fucking Discord. That place emptied out throughout that match. People were sleepy and they weren't staying for Athena. Outside of that, I watched. Oh, you also watched another match I watched that you watched, Sam. You hated Mad Dog versus Warhorse because Warhorse was in it. Is that right?
Yeah, oh no, that match is not that good.
I'm not putting it on my match of the year list. I thought it was a really fun match, and Mad Dog looked alive, which sometimes I think Mad Dog's been kind of fucking sleepy this year and like resting on his laurels. I'm not keeping up with the Warhorse, so I can't speak for how much better Warhorse looked than normal, but I thought he was good here, and I haven't thought that in a while.
It's not Dan. I think you're smoking straight crack here. I think Mad Dog. I watched another Mad Dog match versus Ace Perry from AEW.
Oh, I watched that match weeks ago. This was way better than that.
Oh, I think they're just both not very good. If this match is better than that Ace Perry match, Mad Dog, he's got some lows this year. Hate to say it. Stop
I hate to
taking
say
these
it.
bookings with Warrior Wrestling and just like hit the 0-1 USA territory every month.
You're not watching 0-1 USA in 2025. You don't know what the fuck. You
No
don't
one's
know what the
paying for
fuck
that.
those shows are.
I'll pay like $15 at the end of the year to binge watch every Mad Dog match. I would do that.
But yeah, this was better than the Tremont match. Is all I'm gonna say. The Tremont matches. I can't remember there were one or two. I only remember the DPW one. I think there might have been a JCW one too, but I don't know. That's pretty much all I watched. Oh, Smojo versus Eddie. Smojo versus Eddie. Who knew? Good wrestlers.
Pretty good. I feel like people are being a little.
Oh,
Oh,
people had it. They had it at 4 stars before they even walked out. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. I was like, hey, that's a good match. Not the best match I watched this week.
I worry about my appreciation of Nigel versus Lee Moriarty. I think I know for a fact there's a big factor of that going in. I wanted to love that match, so I love that match.
Well, that's
and I think people have that going on with Eddie and Joe.
Sure. It's nice that they both had a good match with each other in the year 2025. Something I would not have thought about in the year 2018. You know?
It's really going to suck when Eddie Kingston works a match in Saudi Arabia one day. Everyone gets their hearts broken all over again.
Eddie Kingston talking about how great Logan Paul is.
Yeah. And that's going to be a bitter pill for some people to swallow. But hopefully by then, they'll be like 35 years old. They'll be able to get over it.
But hey, if we're all going to collectively overrate a match, let's do one that has Joe and Eddie in it. So that's how I feel about it.
For me.
Anyway, I'm going to talk about what I watched because I watched a lot of the same things that Dan watched, including Ace Perry versus Mad Dog, which he watched 2 weeks ago, which is, I would not go out of your way to watch that. Mad Dog really brings nothing to that match, sadly. Like, it's just like an Ace Perry showcase for whatever fucking reason. Not great. Mad Dog versus Jake Parnell. It's good. I'm not gonna say I think rules ass, maybe a little far. but good. I enjoy it. I think Jack Parker's had a few matches this year. I'm like, you know what? It's not dog shit. And ain't that what it's all about? I watched Jake something and Stan Rogers, everyone's favorite professional wrestler, and Trevor Lee versus Ren Jones and the Hellhounds of Russ Jones and Schaff or Scaff. I don't know. From AAW in October. It's good. It's good. I would recommend. Trevor Lee. I know people talk about his deadlock work because that's the only indie promotion people will seemingly have the ability to watch in 2025.
For
Sorry
long.
for Chuck Miller to do that next year, you freaking Nimrods. Anyway, never seen Ren Jones. Pretty good. Pretty good. Got good strikes. Dig that. Trevor Lee holds the thing together for the most part. Dave Baker versus Hartenbauer from the October show. Not good. Don't recommend. Hartenbauer is like a C version of Brett Eisen now.
Oh God.
And like, I like Brett Eisen. But if you ever become less than that version of it, that same wrestler, we got problems. You probably should figure out something else to be doing, either stylistically or a line of work. Both of those things. Trevor Lee versus Myron Reed. That match is great. Like, highly recommend. That is a match ripped out of 2017 Indies when things used to be different, used to be good. Best Trevor Lee match I've seen all year. Some DPW fanatic is going to say, well, have you seen? And probably not. Probably not. But after the Co-Zone match, I was like, I don't know if Trevor Lee's got it. He's got it, folks. And Myron Reed's still fucking good. Like, no one really talks about him. Now he's in TNA, so no one will talk about them. If he was in MLW, we'd be here all freaking week talking about Myron Reed. Everyone's just talking about, but that's not where we're at. Dan, I was half paying attention. Did you talk about Slade Parker versus Dean Brady?
Oh, I forgot about that. That match. Why did you watch that match?
So every so often, and by that right now, it feels like every other week, I'm just going to Cage Match and seeing like what promotions have ran over the past like 4 days. And LA and Championship Wrestling did. And I could not find the show for the past couple of days, but I went to their channel and they had something from, I don't know. They just had this up on their channel. And I was like, I guess I can watch that. Why not? I had nothing better to do.
How did you
What were your
describe it?
thoughts?
How did you describe it? It was like
Dean
called one of
Brady
them-
is a creator wrestler based entirely on Brock Lesnar. And Sid Parker is the career wrestler you made when you were 14.
Okay. I don't see the Brock Lesnar thing at all.
Oh, he's the. What do you mean?
I mean, I guess I see it, but it's just like, I don't know. I think that had me more hyped for this match than I should have been. Because then, like, a guy who's like 5'10", 220 pounds walks out, and I go, what the fuck happened?
I think that is why the description is not an indie version of Brock Lesnar.
That's fair. So, like, that right away had me tripped up. I mean, I enjoyed it. I mean, it was like 17 minutes long. Didn't feel that long at all. Like, so Dean Brady's the Brock Lesnar one, right?
Yes.
Okay, I thought he was the better of the two. Sid Parker did some ambitious stuff that didn't work out for him, I felt like. But it was fun. I don't know, it makes me want to check out Adelaide Wrestling more, but
I watched 3 more Sid Parker matches after this. 2 more. Sorry.
Oh,
2 more
shit.
Sid Parker matches. Because I was like, you know what? Sid Parker, he might be kind of a guy. He's been doing this for decades. Kind of my thing. Decades is probably too much. A decade. He's 34, 35, something like that.
He's older than I thought.
Yeah. He has a mohawk. He's got makeup, that of a dinosaur makeup. It's weird, but just like boundless energy was how I kind of described it. Like not everything looks great, but he's just doing with confidence in a way that some wrestlers, when they're shitty, aren't endearing when they're being shitty. And I
Okay,
thought
yeah.
Sid Parker
No,
was.
that's so good because one of my thoughts during it was, I wonder if that usually works. Because he does stuff, like you said, with confidence. He does stuff where I go, man, maybe that normally hits. I don't know. It didn't tonight, but
No, he does. There's a sequence in another match that we'll talk about in just a second. That it's like, oh, entirely that where it doesn't go well, but also it's done with such conviction. It end result is nutso wacko. But Dean Brady, essentially, when I say he's kind of career wrestler based on Brock Lesnar, is like that's his moveset. Like that's everything he's doing is essentially, oh yeah, that's 2000 what 1, 2, whatever. Brock. Like that is mid-aughts. Just doing that shit. And like that's take it or leave it, I guess. And Sid Parker's out here flying around, getting killed by shit, which rocks. No, I think his match is a hoot. I think it's one of the hoots of the year, quite frankly. That's where I'm
Ooh.
at. I was not expecting this match whatsoever. No, it's a real good time. Everyone, I recommend watching it for sure, for sure. I did not know it was 17 minutes, honestly. When you say that, I'm like, oh, that did not feel like it whatsoever. Yeah, I have like 3 notes in this. Like, hey, I don't know, they didn't quite do it, but I like the idea. I like the idea. And then I watched him have a couple of matches against Jake Taylor from AUS Pro Wrestling. One is in May and one is in September. I have no reason to break these matches up. They're both good. They're not going to be ones that I'm going to go to bat for, which I think, like, oh, gotta go do that. But it kind of solidified. Oh, Sid Parker's probably going to make my VP 100 at the end of this. You probably just need 3 good matches and nothing that I despise to get there. And if I don't watch any more Sid Parker matches, can't despise anything. That's how it works.
now he's got a no ropes blood sport rules match. I gotta try to track down.
I've been trying to find it. I've been trying to find it over the past day. I was like,
Oh,
I gotta
and
get this.
Andy's got a coffin match. I've been watching a lot of those, and a dog collar. He's
there's
done it all.
The coffin match is available.
Okay.
It's on the list. It's on the list. Jay Taylor has the same thing going with him as Sid Parker, except without the moves, if that makes any sense. Like he's doing shit with confidence. It's pretty simple stuff, but it hits, right? Like it's unlike Sid, where it's like, oh well, I don't know if that quite land. Jake has less ideas, but everything seems to be at least snapping into place. The crazy moment is in the Anarchy Rules match from September, where they set up a door on the outside, and they obviously are on tees doing something there. And I don't know how to quite describe the bump through the door that's hanging between the ring and the guardrail. But Jake's on the apron, and Sid just runs at him full speed and sort of just jumps and throws his entire body into Jake. And I can't tell if Jake's trying to like counter that into some sort of Uranagi or what, but it goes so fast and Sid's coming in so hard. Like it's just a car crash where Sid lands on his neck, going straight through the table to the floor like that. And I was like, oh, that's the stupidest way you could have done that. Incredible. I don't know who got the worst of that. And I don't know who I'm supposed to think got the worst of that, but I loved it. So that's the new ultimate Sid Parker spot. And one of the dumbest, coolest things I've seen in a little bit. And then I watched Eddie Kingston versus Samoa Joe before this because like everyone's talking about like this great match, calling it like akin to like 90s New Japan, something like that, like or Shinya Hashimoto, and like it's good, folks. It's a good match. Let's pump the brakes just a little bit. Let's pump the brakes just a little bit. That's what I've been watching this week. Too much AEW probably, but It is what it is. Pat, what are we watching?
I went to see ICW No Holds Barred in Cambridge, Massachusetts, on whatever day Saturday was. And it was full of old favorites, longtime favorites of the show. Neil Diamond Cutter did not attend due to travel issues, so he got replaced by the different boy, Jimmy Lloyd. I am
Hell yeah.
the nice thing about ICW No Holds Barred is that the show was like in and out in under 3 hours.
Okay.
There were
That
no
feels like a
half
shot at me,
hour.
Tony.
No, I'm saying I would be like if I was in your position, Dan, I would have been out of there before the main event because like my job, I walk 8 to 10 miles a day. When I sit for too long, my leg, especially since most like arena seats are not really optimized for comfort, my leg will start bothering me because like I've been, delivering mail on like a, strained hamstring for months now. I would have been gone from that show. Like I would have gotten up when Athena versus Persephone started and just not returned.
Oh, also 7 hour show, no real concession, just chips and M&Ms.
All they were selling, or is that all you wanted?
So that's all they were selling: potato chips and 2 kinds of M&Ms.
Really weird.
Yeah, there was no like you couldn't buy a hot dog, a pizza, a burger, nothing.
Like even at like I've been to New York Comic Con, and even in like the artists area where you would think that they wouldn't be selling food to avoid getting food on people's original artwork. There's like a hot dog cart.
Yeah, they didn't wheel any
I
of
don't,
that up to the ballroom. They said this is enough for these freak wrestling fans.
I don't know. Columbus, they're just built different there. So anyway, the ICW show started off. Malcolm Monroe. Ugh, I can't talk tonight. I'm sorry. Malcolm Monroe III defeated Dale Patricks. This was fine. Malcolm Monroe versus anyone like Dale Patricks is like a normal sized guy, which makes it stand out all the more that Malcolm Monroe III is conservatively 3'8". Just a short king. Jameson Shook defeated Mr. Jimmy Lloyd. This was also fine. Then we had Satu Jin versus JB Anderson. I know the rest of you guys, you love yourselves some Satu Jin and some JB Anderson. Now, JB Anderson, I think he's one of Matt Tremont's H2O guys. I think. And his thing is that he has a signature weapon. It is carpet strips. Those little mini boards would run through with lots of nails for setting down carpet. This match went on way too long. Like, it was certainly extreme. At one point, they had like an electric, one of those electric knives that you use for like cutting turkey and stuff like that. They were doing all kinds of stuff to one another. It's just that they weren't really leaving anything on the table. And they were embodying a lot of the kind of worst excesses of deathmatch stuff where they were trying to do AEW shit in addition to deathmatch shit. So it's like this match had, I think, literally 5 strike exchanges, which were just transitions between the deathmatch. And if they had tightened it up, made it like a 10-minute match, it probably would have been really memorable. As it was, I was sitting there way too long trying to silently urge these guys to take it home and stop doing chop exchanges. On the other hand, Dr. Redacted versus Dmitry Alexandrov. Great match. 2 fucking insane freaks. If you know Dr. Redacted, if you know Dmitry Alexandrov, you know what you're going to get from these two getting in the ring together. They were attempting to just out crazy one another, and it was very entertaining. Even more entertaining, match of the night, in fact. Hoodfoot versus Slade. How do you guys think this one went? Your silence tells me that you do not know how it actually ended. which was with a ref stoppage when Hoodfoot had Slade down on the mat and then swung a chair down so hard that I described it to you guys as the kind of chair shot that results in Daniel Benoit getting strangled.
I
Like,
do remember you saying that now.
yeah, it was fucking brutal. These guys were trying to kill one another. And I know it wasn't like a shoot ref stoppage. It was definitely just a way to get out of doing a pinfall finish. But because I accidentally saw after the show maybe the most fucked up thing that you could see at a deathmatch show. I saw Slade with a shirt on as he was slipping out as he was ducking, because I was in the seating area. So due to the limited space there, the wrestlers are coming out of basically the locker room, just walking out of a door and then crossing the stage. I happened to look over because I saw the door opening. I see Slade, laughing and talking with someone wearing like a hoodie, and then he slips out the back door and leaves. I was just like, this is seeing your dad putting on the Santa Claus suit,
It's bullshit. None of these workers can work anymore. Drive down the street and put a shirt on.
Yeah, it's
This is outrageous.
just insane. I mean, he should have stayed in that back room until the next day. But the main event, John Wayne Murdoch versus Danny DeManto, it was good fun. If you like Danny, if you like John Wayne Murdoch, if you know what these guys do, they do what they do. It ended with John Wayne winning, and the crowd decided to start throwing shit. It was the first time I've ever been at an indie show where people started throwing beers and whatever, all their garbage at the ring. It was pretty cool. I mean, I understand why everyone says, like, don't do that, because I nearly got hit by at least one beer. But it was still just as a spontaneous moment. It was very fun to be caught up in the middle of. And that's pretty much all I watched. I didn't, I'm not gonna fucking watch an Eddie Kingston match. What am I, like a teenager?
Do you mind if I ask you a couple questions about this show?
Absolutely, I do
Number
mind.
one,
But continue.
between this show, Carnage Cup, and Slaves at a Death Match, where do you think Satu Gen's going to be on your VP 100?
Not listed.
Oof, shocking. And
Wow.
then
No,
do you,
I should make clear. It's just because he's gay.
my follow-up was going to be, do you think Danny is upset that all these companies are really going out of business, so his grift is not working as well?
That's a good. If if those other companies were competitors to him, I would see it affecting him more. As it is, like, Deadlock going out of business and Prestige going out of business, I don't think that really cuts into like the ICW grift. If Brett Lauderdale started, like, doing gosh, if you care about us, buy a ticket because we might not be here tomorrow, then it would be a problem for Danny. I think there's enough room between what ICW does and what Defy does. That,
You're acting
like
like
the
you're
death
being
match. I
you're
can't
being
imagine the Deathmatch Elite 2.0 Facebook group is like going nuts over, oh no, Prestige Wrestling is closing.
no, but we're losing Ruthless Pro Wrestling and
Oh yeah, I
Seven
forgot about
circling the
that.
drain. Seven circling the drain.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, those guys circling. I think the problem that those two had is that no matter, like, the owner could just start suicide baiting on social media, and people still wouldn't buy tickets.
Uh, I was like,
I mean, it's
Seven's going out of
fucking
business
Seven.
because they're doing the opposite of Danny being like, we might go out of business. They're going, we're fine. Everything's fine. You'll get refunds eventually.
I mean, I don't think anything was as funny as Bleeding Gums Wrestling, where they just one day it was just like, oh, by the way, the international showcase shows that were happening this weekend, they're not happening. Also, we're closed. Goodbye forever. And even Danny was just like, yeah, so that's how I found out about it too. we lose Dan again?
No, I'm here.
Oh, okay. I was worried you were asking a question and no one could hear you.
No, I only had 2 questions.
Okay.
Sean Tucker got the first touchdown in the night's game. That kind of fucked me a little. I didn't bet on him, so I'm kind of focused in. No, but the 7 stuff, whatever show they canceled, people were calling the venue, and the venue's like, "Please stop calling us. We don't know either. 7 doesn't return our phone calls."
Oh, that's a good
That
sign.
rocks.
Yeah.
You know, do you think it's just a concentrated effort to finally cancel any ability to see Necro Butcher matches?
They're coming after him. He recently was talking about all his hatred. What does he say? Why do the demons hate me? Is how one of his recent Facebook posts started. So
Real.
yeah.
Cool.
Chris, you watching
I'm
any wrestling this week?
Before we get to Chris, I do have any of you guys listened to Jasmine St. Clair's podcast?
No.
No.
I listened.
Okay, because I'm
Who's
like,
Jasmine
I
St.
need,
Clair?
Clips of it.
That's
I
why
need
we
a
have
new,
you.
like, totally fucking dumbass wrestling thing to listen to at work, and I'm very tempted by Jasmine St. Clair.
So you were looking for a recommendation.
I was like, you know, is this going to be entertainingly stupid or just stupid?
Now I
Do
did
you
listen.
think we need to listen to Rule Breakers?
You should.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
I mean, they Rule Breakers. Speaking of like 7 being like, oh, everything's fine, Rule Breakers. I don't think they've had a guest in 2 months.
Oof.
Like they've reached the point where it's like even having, you know, fucking minor cast members of Weapons, they're not even getting those anymore.
I did listen to a lot of that Dirt with the Doll episode, but like the doll doesn't do much talking in that one. She's got a lot of clips, so I can't confirm or deny how good her podcast is. Which is very crazy that Dynamite Kid's daughter has a X brand wrestling podcast.
She's ever actually appeared on one of their shows. That's the part that confuses me most about that relationship.
It's so weird. Like I posted on Discord, like she got like it's just like this is the channel, and it starts with her being like a really like emotional tribute to her father. Like it's and then she's just like, let's kick it to TJ Wilson. Like, okay. And he does what like amounts to almost a cameo where he basically talks more about Bret Hart than Dynamite. And then he's like, we got to follow that up. And it's like some dude who runs a Dynamite Kid YouTube channel. And then there's just a bunch of canceled people like Masha and TJP. It's very strange. Like the list of guests she got was very strange. And it's like, and this whole thing's on X Brand Wrestling's YouTube, which by the way, I assume she had been on at least one show, but that's funny she hasn't.
I think she has. It just hasn't been on one that I've seen.
Got to get her in the murder basement.
You gotta we're always saying that we gotta bring women to the murder basement.
The ratio's terrible, I'm not gonna lie.
All right.
All right. Are we now ready to move on to Chris?
I'm ready. Chris, hit us.
All right, Chris. Bring us home.
So I watched a couple more Lucha Memes shows. I was binging them a little bit last week and went into this week. The rest of that June 22nd show that I started is pretty fun. Nothing like crazy. The Lunatic Extreme versus Lunatic Fly match is definitely like a match that is 2 guys who have wrestled a million times fucking around a little bit and giving a little bit of a fuck finish to set up whenever they have their next match. And like there's some fun stuff getting there, but like it's a double pin and you're not really happy to see it, but it's like, okay, that's fine. It's what you expect, like every indie, like lucha indie show or every other one. You'll get something like that, and you accept it because that's the name of the game. Disturbio versus Judas El Traidor. Very fun. You don't see a lot of chances for Disturbio to shine. Like I can't remember the last time I saw him on like a show that wasn't CMLL. And I mean, usually the most he gets is like they'll throw him a couple lightning matches, and it might be okay. But this is like definitely a guy who is on the undercard, veteran of the company he works for, getting to let loose a little against like a real grappler, and making the most of it. It's not great, but it's worth a watch. The main event, also very fun. Some guy named Guerrero Maya Jr., who works in CMLL. I don't know if he has any fans in here. Probably not. He's definitely the worst person in the match. Superboy is so much better. Superboy is
Wait. Worst as a wrestler or as a person?
Both. He just seems like Superboy carry job. This guy's just the drizzling shit.
Wow.
No, very, very good match. Guerrero Maya Jr. Is a guy that I would like to see in Lucha Memes like twice more a year than he is. Like you always, like when they have CMLL guys, it's Virus, it's Shohua, Hechicero, obviously. Like you can't like not bring in Hechicero when you've got a chance. Or Virus. So I get it. Like you want to use that on bigger guns, but Guerrero Maya Jr. really is a perfect fit for Coliseo Calicalco, because he can, like, he's a guy who's good on the mat. He's a guy who can brawl a little bit. He can do some impressive high spots. He fits in very well with like your Lunatic Extremes and your Avismans and your Karmas and your all of the indie guys that I love watching, and he fits in perfectly. So it's a very good main event. It's not another, like, it's just below being like a truly great match, but it's very fun. The June 29th show is a little bit more consistent as far as like better quality matches. There is gets a little bit to get going with like Celtic King versus Danny Victoria match that has an injury and gets ended, and it's pretty awkward, and it's not a very good match before that. Like Churro de Guerra versus Solar Jr. is kind of like, it's got some decent moments, but it's kind of whatever. But like there's a like rock solid Karmas versus Kundra and Yoruba match. Solar versus Shawa is fun. Adam Del Castillo versus Judas El Traidor and Energia versus Virus are both really awesome matches. Energia is a guy that, like, I would love to see him on more shows that aren't just Lucha Memes, because he's like a perfect guy to go against a virus, like a indie veteran who can do all the mat work, getting a chance to shine against an all-time great like Virus. Really, really fun stuff. I can't recommend it more. Like, if you're trying to fill in gaps of like CMLL guys working elsewhere, definitely make sure that match is on your list. Because, I mean, Virus only has so many singles matches per year in the first place because he's an older guy, and you gotta savor those. I also caught up with a couple of our friends. I watched some of the Maquaro matches that are not in Zona 23, which are very annoying to find because Maquaro does not have a cage match profile or a Lucha DB profile. So you can't just search for like all Maquaro matches that are listed on the site. So to find, like, even if he's listed on a card, you have to go to Lucha DB and Control F Maquaro on the big list of indie shows every month for every page. And there's like 9 pages every month. And then eventually you find the 2 or 3 matches that actually made tape and are on YouTube. One I had watched previously, but I don't think I talked about it on the show because I kind of glossed over my April Lucha watching when I decided to not do the monthly roundup, but I watched Albatross Jr. versus Maquaro, which, if you've seen a Maquaro match outside of Zona, is probably this match. I saw it posted on the server a couple times, almost undoubtedly by Nick Yeoman, as one of my fellow Lucha indie freaks. And it's a very fun, like, Lucha Extrema match. It's a gnarly, like, it's a walk and brawl where they're kind of sleepwalking at some points. Not quite the energy as some of Maquaro's best matches in Zona 23 and beyond. But there's some really gnarly weapon shots and bumps. Maquaro's back at the end of this. He goes hard into a bunch of tubes. And when they show his back after the match, it is just all red, and like at least a third of it is shards that are still just stuck in there. And like you get that a lot with like people taking 2 bumps, but this is one of the gnarlier ones I've seen this year, because Maquaro is going to do that freak shit and take more glass than you thought is possible.
Especially because there are different grades of light tubes, and in the US and Japan, like, if you try to bring tubes to an indie show in the US, unless it's like a really, rinky-dink promotion, they will be like, is it this kind of tube? Otherwise, we're not going to use it. In Mexico, I've noticed they use the skinny tubes a lot, which are the ones that don't really explode when you hit someone with them. They just kind of break and stick glass into everyone.
Yeah.
Those are the dangerous ones. And I can only imagine Maquaro was just, running full speed at those.
Yeah, beautiful stuff. Also watched a 4-way from SWW in August. Their Summer Madness show. It was Maquaro versus Mr. Condor, who's been feuding with Maquaro all year, Ovet Jr. and X-Fly, and another like just very fun 4-way death match. Lots of tubes and weapon shots. My favorite of the three that are the Maquaro non-Zona matches is a Copa Extrema match featuring Baby Rock, Broly, Demente Extreme, Epitafio, Leviathan, and Maquaro. And that's just a great time if you like watching a bunch of guys brawl around a ring and hitting each other with various weapons, and you like to see tires with barbed wire. And I do. I like that a lot. I also checked in on Avisman a little bit more of his non-Lucha Memes stuff. And like, I think a month or so ago, I was just like, I'm excited to watch more Avisman because the stuff I had seen is largely good. But there haven't been those matches where I'm just like, yeah, this is my guy. This is one of the best fucking wrestlers in the world. And I got to see that more with their two matches from Vic Mask. Earlier in the year, Avisman and Aragon had a 3-way that I forget who else was in the match. It was Magnetico. And that was like, I believe I said the classic line whenever I watch a 3-way where it's just better in any form if two of these guys have a singles match than if all three of them have a trios match or a 3-way match. And it's true. Avisman and Aragon had a much better match on May 24th. Like, really awesome stuff. Some decent mat working, but a lot more dives than I was expecting. And like a little bit more heated and just hard hitting because they are setting up an Apuestas match that happened in October 4th. Avisman versus Aragon had just a killer match.
Breaking news. The Game Awards is showing the first Street Fighter trailer, and we are finally getting to see Goto as E Honda.
Beautiful. I look forward to that. They also, a new Divinity game got announced. I'm very excited for that.
They showed a trailer for the new Control game, and the entire time the guy had, like, they preceded it with a big light show and a guy wearing a shirt saying P6. And I just spent the entire time going like, this is the weirdest way to promote Persona 6.
Yeah, P6, I immediately would have thought Persona as well. But yeah, Avisman versus Aragon, Apuestas is phenomenal. It's a 2 out of 3 falls match. First fall, very mat focused, and then they got more into the brawling and the bloodiness. Aragon's face is just a sight to behold. It's beautiful. Avisman's getting color too. Like good transitions between the brawling portions and the high spot portions, and your mat working, which is going to be strong. Probably my favorite Avisman match of the year, but it's close because one day later, in the greatest promotion of all, IWRG, there is a tag match with Avisman and Freelance versus Centurion and Flystar that I just absolutely adored. Freelance is a guy that I love, no matter like how old he looks. But this match, I cannot remember the last time I saw him like so spry, so locked in. And he was just crazy. He was hitting so many dives just like perfectly and like with the agility of a man half his age. And he's always capable of doing that, but I mean he's a middle-aged man and he's not always going to, and he just like I can't remember the last time I saw a Freelance match and I was just that enthralled watching him. And there are lots of matches I've thought he's been great in, but like I don't think since like COVID I've seen Freelance this locked in. It was awesome. Avisman is awesome. He's bleeding a bit more. Centurion and Flystar are great. There's some beautiful double team moves. There's some great brawling. At one point, Avisman is trying to choke Centurion, who is laying on the floor. He is pressing a plastic chair on his neck, which is an incredible visual. And yeah, I adored that match. And both of these like killer Avisman matches happened 2 days in a row, like back to back, and that's what it's all about. Also watched another match with Avisman and Freelance, this time on opposite ends, also from IWRG, from August 28th. Avisman and Io Del Signo versus Freelance and El Mimo. And that is very fun, but having watched it right after the match against Centurion and Flystar, it was just like, okay, this is like a really good match, but I had just seen an incredible match, and I probably should have let that breathe a little bit more. But yeah, lots of like.
Did you
great
watch anything
stuff.
else from the show, the IWRG show that has that Avisman Freelance tag match?
I have not.
Okay,
I
I know
was-
that I thought that show looked interesting, but I obviously haven't watched it yet.
Yeah, it's a good looking card, but I was strictly in Avisman catch-up mode. So I'm gonna go back for everything later.
And have you seen the results of the Lucha Memes CMLL versus shows, the two versus shows they've done?
I've like peeked at them, yeah.
Okay, I just didn't want to spoil it, but like I think it's very funny to run versus shows and have your company win none of the matches.
Oh yeah, that like they don't let anyone get a fucking win against CMLL.
And
like,
Lucha
it's
Memes, like they promote it as like it's like the invasion angle. Like they'll put up the graphics of like CMLL versus Lucha Memes, and like they won't even let like there's like forget Neon, like Utani or Akuma aren't taking falls. Like no one's taking a fall.
Yeah, and even on like other Lucha Memes shows, it's just like, well, Akuma, like we can't let Akuma lose.
Oh my god, I just cracked me up because like I was pulling up because I want to watch both those shows, and I was like, man, you got to win every single one.
Yeah, it's like
Even,
you
like-
can't even give like Judas El Traidor a win. You can't
Well,
give like
it's a
Miedo
cycle-
Extremo a win.
It's a cycle of abuse. What AEW does to CMLL does to Lucha Memes.
Sometimes CMLL wins those matches though against AEW.
But I love Virus. When's the last time he won a match in CMLL? It's not like they got big plans for him.
They got to protect the draw.
Yeah. At least like Neon and Dorado, like I understand like the idea that they might quote unquote have plans for those guys, but it's just like there's nothing you're doing with some of these undercard guys.
So, Chris, are you going to be watching the Io del Santo retirement show?
Of course.
Yeah, I figured you would because looking at the card, it is basically a higher budget IWRG show. It is crazy that this is how he's going out. They're having Angel Blanco Jr. put his hair up against Santo Jr.'s mask, except it's not Santo Jr. Santo Jr. is fighting on behalf of his dad. So if Santo Jr. loses, is Elio del Santo who has to unmask. So they might as well just be saying like, yeah, you know what's going to happen here.
Yeah, I cannot wait. That, like, maybe not a good show. Probably not a
It's
good
definitely
show.
not going to be a good show.
Yeah, I was
Probably
like,
not a good
maybe.
show.
What are the chances this is a good show?
But I will cherish watching it whenever I watch.
It is
Like,
awesome that in the third match they're doing Luchador Sorpresa. For Juventud Guerrera and Psicosis, the second Psicosis, versus Diva Salvaje and Mamba versus Bobby Lee Jr. and question mark.
It's especially great because there's a solid chance one of those other 5 people don't show up.
Yeah.
It's like
Oh,
I'm looking at
man.
this. I'm looking at this match, and I'm like, I don't know. I guess the work rate. Like you might have just listed the work rate match.
Yeah.
That or you got the Pigs versus Charlie Manson. I don't know.
Oh yeah, no, Charlie Manson, he definitely is like still mobile. Charlie Manson, Dark Cuervo, Dark Scoria, they are all peak, physical specimens for being 65 years old.
yeah, those guys can go to the walk from the ramp to the ring and not get winded.
I do think Santo should be up against the Pigs. It should be like the Dream Team versus the Pigs.
Yeah, I was like, just go ahead and leave it Santos Park and Ultimo, and just put him up against the Pigs.
Yeah, I mean the Pigs don't give a shit if they drop a fall.
I was thinking it should be like a gauntlet where it's Santo,
like the Stardom graduation things.
Yeah, like the Stardom graduations where it's Santo versus Pigpool, then versus Pig Destructor, then Pig Desinterador, then Pig Destroyer. And he puts over all of them. Because they're the future.
Oh man, it's just
that's just a dream.
It's such a cool show.
The actual main event is El Hijo de Santo, LA Park, Ultimo Dragon versus Dr. Wagner Jr., Heel del Fishman, and Tejano Jr. Is there going to be a finish on that match? I mean, maybe
the
Tejano
match
takes the
will
fall?
end.
Well, yeah, okay.
I assume it's going to be Fishman submits to the camel clutch and then like once he's released is immediately back up and brawling.
Okay, I could see that.
Tejano Jr., I would think, maybe they can convince him like it's Santo's last match, maybe lose clean. I still think he wouldn't do it.
Yeah, I would say I feel like on the Santos shows if his side loses, it's by DQ. He's not even letting his teammates take falls.
He is allergic to losing in a way that is absolutely amazing for someone who has zero value.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is funny. It was like, at least Park and Dragon, they're not going to lose, but like that makes a little sense. But like Tejano Jr.'s like, I got to protect my name here.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know what he thinks he's getting at, other than just like feeling good about himself.
Yeah, it's just like, I'm sorry, I can't lose this. I've got a big four-way tag match on a King Phantom show.
Yeah.
that's going to go 25 minutes and
We got to keep
people
me
will
hot
give
for
an
when
effort for
Supernova gets
30
back.
seconds. Yep. Oh my
So
god.
that was also the match that Alberto was going to be in, but he's still on a reality show, so he's busy.
Well, he got kicked off.
He got kicked off for like physical violence, right?
No. That he lost his like immunity thing, so he's going up for a vote in the next episode. He's still on the show.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I thought he was off. Now, I know it would never ever happen, but in the world where Santo Jr. loses, so like the kayfabe timeline would be Santo comes out unmasked and then wrestles this terrible six man.
I mean, that would be the way to do it, if you
That
ask
would
me.
fucking rule. It will never ever happen, but that would rule.
Like he does the entire match with like his head under a towel, or he fucking he loses the mask, and then they announce that the main event is for the hair, and then he loses that too.
Well, maybe the son comes back out and turns on his dad. He's like, I lost on purpose, you old fuck.
Yeah, that I mean, just setting up angles that cannot possibly go anywhere.
Yep. Which has been this whole tour, so
Oh man, it's so cool.
The last 10 minutes were more fun than like all of any good moments on this entire retirement run combined. Like you might get 4 minutes of like fun stuff from all of the other Toto X Toto shows.
he should just retire when he was doing all like those wrestling matches in like the art museums. Called one of those the last
Honestly,
one.
he should have just gone to WWE and said, like, give me $1 zillion and I will, retire on a AAA show. But he is too proud to even go back to AAA even when it's owned by someone else.
I bet the number it would take to get him to go back to AAA would be so stupid.
Yeah. I mean, and it would draw, like a show, but WWE wouldn't really get anything out of it unless they, just were like, okay, you're now signed to a legend deal that we can exploit in Mexico. And I honestly don't think he would. Like, I can only imagine Elio Del Santo, them talking to him like, okay, so we're going to put you in this video game. And, him just being like, wait, so I can lose in this?
Man, it's like we all watched wrestling and enjoyed it or something.
That's crazy.
That can't be right.
So big top this week is wrestling good?
Yeah, it's Nick Gage Invitational weekend. Of course it's good.
Sneaks up on you every year.
Yeah. We got Santo retiring. We got the Nick Gage Invitational. Big weekend.
Not for those of us who have it circled on the calendar.
That's true.
I had no idea it was happening because isn't that like that's usually earlier in the year? I assume
that
already
Tournament of
had.
Survival is earlier in there. Nick Gage Invitational ends the year.
Come on, fake fan.
Well, I have been to NGI and it was in September.
It's daylight savings.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'll get you every time.
Very fair.
I'll get you every time.
You got to go back. When did you go to NGI? It's been
That was 2019.
Yep, the fourth one. Ever since NGI 6, it's been in the year. Yeah, Sam, I think maybe your big top idea is completely wrong because you got NGI happening right now. Beyond's running Cruel versus Bear Bronson, and
AIW doing their something.
Heavy lies the crown.
Okay.
And then AIW is bringing in Dolph, so it kind of seems like the year-end show is here to stay.
When is Heavy Lies the Crown? Is it this weekend?
I think that's like New Year's Eve.
Okay. So the same as the one. Okay. I was gonna propose a thought. Should we do that as the big top this week, or just punt that to next week since we all actually watch wrestling this week? And
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
okay,
Just talk about what's on the site, read some questions, get the fuck out of here.
yeah, exactly. We got a lot that was on the site this week.
Oh my god, it's so much. Do you want to take a breath or get a drink of water?
It's like definitely worth paying hosting fees for this website.
Okay,
All right.
a little dark. A little dark.
A little dark.
No,
Dig deep.
he's
I just wanna
doing
make sure
the
this came
Danny
out.
DeMonto. He's trying to Danny DeMonto the
Oh,
listeners.
okay. If someone buys, it's like
So
if
buy
people
your
aren't
tickets,
buying
buy your
mugs.
mugs today.
What's the point?
There might not be a way to buy them tomorrow. You know what I'm saying?
Dig Deep came out. I already told you, Road Report a week late, which is when you want them. By tomorrow. I don't know if you've looked at the stats this last week. World's Most
Yeah.
Dangerous Retrospective. Ken Shamrock versus Don Fry up top as usual.
I love that.
The death panel sneaking in here. Then you got a bunch of necro bullshit. It's just it's all the hits.
All the hits.
Oh shit! Is that a dog?
You know it.
All right. This Sunday.
Out of here.
This Sunday. What is it called? Oh, this is embarrassing. What's Lass's thing? Season of Giving. Wrestling playlist. I got one coming out titled. I'm going to give you guys a little sneak peek. Titled "Violent People." So there you go.
I believe you already revealed that.
Oh, I already told. Okay, well, I don't know. I can't reveal anymore. You got to watch it. You got to check it out.
I entirely forgot to talk about going to a one-up show this week, but
oh shit, Don Freeze.
Don Freeze, what a professional wrestler. That's all I pretty much had, but it wasn't that good of a show. I don't know. Man, I don't like going to live wrestling anymore. Who knows? Who's to say?
You went to one-up show, so you tried your best.
I was like, if 2CW was around now, would I go to those shows still? Hard to say.
I've actually trying to watch AIW shows. It's definitely dawned on me like, man, I really got out of Dodge in time. I don't have to worry about could I be still going every month with that shit
I think you gotta think probably, if I was 14 or if I was 18, this would rock. This would rule. Chuck Stone, that is my literal guy.
Oh my god. I might be a Chuck Stone guy.
Fortunately, you're an old man and you have tastes.
The universe where Dan is young watching Chuck Stone AIW and he's just like, this guy, top of the spreadsheet. Most great matches all year.
Buying Chuck Stone merch.
Fuck Josh Bishop. That guy sucks.
Yeah, you know what sucks about our Discord? We have all these young people, but they're not like hyping up like they're one local dude that they think is actually.
They're all hyping up Eddie Kingston, who
you guys would.
To be fair,
if I was in the Discord,
if
I was in Discord 10 years ago, you would boot me out. Like show of the year, I would nominate all 12 AIW shows.
I'm already thinking about booting you out, and
smart.
I need that.
I recall being on this podcast. It was pretty big, Wazimcast, and just being like, we went over the JT Lightning Invitational. I'm like, yeah, it turns out all the matches were good.
You listened to that recently? You got that downloaded on your computer?
No, I don't know. Is that
I'll send you a file. I'll send you a file. I'll get it off one of the hard drives.
Oh God.
I got the whole run of the Wazimcast. No one who's listening to this knows what the Wazimcast is.
It feels like there's some of those that should have been permanently deleted.
100%.
For 100%. For legal reasons. Yeah.
There was too many people that listened to that podcast. What a time to be alive. They don't even know who Wazim is.
Much less the cast.
Is. That I threatened legal action against us. We changed the name of the podcast.
More breaking news. Tomb Raider is back in the little shorts.
Oh, yeah.
Video games are
Woke
officially no
taking an
longer
L.
woke.
Okay, the first time was your fault, but the second time, me thinking it might be a wrestling thing, that's on me.
All right. I might write something for the website over the next week. Mostly because
Hell
I'm
yeah.
not going to have a 1980s post because I have not watched any more 1984 wrestling over the past week. And guess what? The holidays don't make me more prone to watch more wrestling over the next, I don't know, three weeks. So we'll see how this all goes. My wife's family is coming to stay with us, or like half her family is staying with us, half her family's staying at her parents' house. So it'll be an adventure.
Hell yeah. Do they want to watch wrestling, you think?
You know what? I can try it. We can see what happens. It can be like when I was 17 and I had some friends over and I was like, let's watch Misawa versus Morishima.
Oh, no.
And they said, why does he keep doing these backdrops? What's up with that? It's like, oh, guys, it's so cool that he keeps doing them.
It's a valid question.
Yeah, as I've aged up, I was like, oh, fuck, why was he doing all those backdrops? Maybe Noah wasn't good. Maybe people were hyping it up too much. Anyway, whoa! Just saw the first picture of Goto as E Honda.
I'm watching the teaser right now, and I almost
Is it a fat suit or
very
CGI?
very hard not to laugh when I saw Cody.
Okay.
So,
Who's Cody playing, by
just
the
for
way?
how ridiculous everyone looks, I'm going to call it here. It's already going to be better than that pandemic Mortal Kombat movie.
Oh, that movie fucking sucked.
Yeah, like, you know,
Wait.
it's hard not to be better than that Mortal Kombat movie, but like this seems to have a sense of humor in that it's not afraid to just have the characters look ridiculous.
What the?
I'm watching this trailer with no sound, and this is a lot going on, guys.
I can't. This is terrible. Next week, we'll be breaking down frame by frame
The entire Game
Fighter
Awards.
movie. Oh my god. Chris would love it.
Is there a podcast? I wish there was a podcast that covered just a year of video games.
Brother, me and you both.
Speaking of that, I'm going to start reading some of these questions for Q&A art. Number one comes from Sam. Who wants to do an Ultimate Muscle rewatch podcast?
I'm out.
Huh? Who wants it?
Let me check for you real fast. You got 3 fire emojis. So you got 3 people here. Maybe look them up. See what they're doing.
Yep. I'll message them. See what's happening. See what's popping.
All right. Eamon, for the podcast, if the VPR host had to pilot a Megazord, which limb would you be in charge of? We can't all say dick. Just want to get in front of that.
But
I don't think that's one of the.
Maybe not on you, brother.
I've watched Power Rangers.
The question is, but which set? Because don't they change?
Yeah,
the
I don't want to
Megazord
be
every year.
I don't want to be one of the legs. It feels like that's one of the ones where you're like most likely to accidentally kill innocent people.
All right, I'm looking up the original Megazord to see what animal robot was, like where. So the Triceratops and the saber-toothed tiger were the legs. The Mastodon was the dick.
See?
The T-Rex was the torso, and the arms were something. The arms are just arms. They don't seem to have. I guess they're also made of the mammoth. What was the 5th one? Who was the 5th ranger?
Did you say the Pink Ranger?
I don't see the Pink
Pterodactyl?
Ranger anywhere on the Megazord. That's the crazy thing.
Maybe is she on the back possibly? I feel like I'm picturing the pterodactyl lock onto the back, but I don't remember.
I don't know. I'm just looking at a picture of a Megazord toy and like winging it from there. Anyway, I would be the Dragon Zord, which turned into a backpack Megazord.
Sure. on the sword.
I had a Green Ranger flute toy when I was a kid, just so you know, guys. I would like just skip
So did my
around
brother.
playing a little flute knife.
What a
Who
cool
did?
weapon.
It was really cool.
Did that guy ever get his fight with CM Punk?
Is he maybe dead?
He's dead.
Yes.
He's extremely dead.
Okay.
Rip to him. I'm sure he had no problematic beliefs.
That's the thing. Oh, the other thing about going to a Comic-Con is it's so cool to like just walk around and be like, okay, I know that guy from The Walking Dead. Okay, that's a Power Ranger. And then there's just some people's like, I don't know who you are, but there are 40 people about to fucking tear you limb from limb. They're so excited to see you. Couldn't tell you who they are.
You just have to ask the people on our Discord.
They would know. Question for the pod from Porrick. Thoughts on the alleged queer baiting in the 2016 reboot Voltron titled Voltron Legendary Defender? I gotta read these
Never
before I
seen it.
say them out loud sometimes.
All right, so I think it's good.
Okay. Well, I don't love it.
I think it's okay.
Never seen it, yet bad.
There's some legal threats going on. People talking about Jimmy Havoc for some reason. For the podcast, what's the best Christmas episode of a TV show? Anybody got any?
Nothing.
It's probably one of the Simpsons ones.
I was just
Probably
thinking I
one
can
where-
only picture Simpson episodes of.
Yeah, I mean, like the
I
one
am-
where Bart gets caught shoplifting.
I immediately went to think of like what the name of that episode is, where Bart ruins Christmas. It's one of the ones that makes you a little teary eyed. It's good shit. Love that episode.
Plus, that's the one with Lawrence Tierney, and like he was apparently such a terror to deal with that it traumatized the staff, so that when some of them went on to make the show Mission Hill, one of the grumpy old gay guy on it is just Lawrence Tierney.
We have
The Community episode where they are all claymation. That's pretty good.
oh
The musical episode is good too.
There you go.
From
So
Haven.
the time
I'm
that
sorry.
Alberto Del Rio ran over John Cena, that was a good Christmas episode.
That is
Or
Hey.
not John Cena. He ran over Santa, and John Cena defended Santa.
I don't know why this is making me thinking of it, but Phil Schneider wrote a piece for whatever the Yahoo thing is. And it's like John Cena hidden gems. There's two like house show matches on there. The rest of them are just like matches that aired on Raw that 4 million people watched. Just a weird thing. Maybe I'm old. It's just like it's so funny to be like, check out this match from Vengeance, the pay-per-view.
Hidden gem now.
Hidden gem. Alberto Del Rio made me think of that. Make it think of it for some reason. But Haven has two questions. The first one's real good. For the podcast, why not push the podcast back even further?
I keep trying.
Yeah. We should do it later at night. Sam would love that.
Oh, absolutely.
I would love it too.
Yeah.
As someone who
You don't get
clocks
up
in at
early.
work at like 7 a.m. Yeah.
As someone who clocks in at work at 6:30, absolutely.
Yeah. Do it.
Waking up at 5 after a late night of podcasting.
See, it's not just me. It's not just
all
me.
right. All right. Well,
I don't work till 9. And like honestly, I don't really need to start working till 10, but I still don't want to be up late.
I'm gonna be honest. I woke up at 6, and it was a snow day, so I went for the kids. So I went right back to bed. I woke up at 8 today, so I'm good for a few more hours. Haven's second question for the podcast: favorite Christmas present you've ever received? Chris, what's the best Christmas
Sure.
present you ever got?
I got a Game Boy Color when I was a
Ooh.
kid one Christmas, and that was Game Boy Color with Pokemon Blue.
That was the good one.
That's right.
Pat, your favorite Christmas gift?
So on a similar note, we were not allowed to have video game consoles when my brother and I were little kids. I think my parents figured that they would rot our brains and And we just found other ways to do that. So one Christmas, we opened something up under the tree, and it's 3 PlayStation games. And we're just like, oh man, Mom, Dad, fucking idiot. You can't play these in the computer. These are video, like they go in a PlayStation. We can't run this on our Macintosh. And they're just like, we're just like, you did it out of order. Go open that one in the corner there. And we got a PlayStation.
That rules. I have a very similar one in whatever year it came out, 96, 97.
I will say
had
though,
a little.
all three of those games that we got absolutely fucking suck dick.
No, parents can't pick a game.
My parents did not. It was Street Racer, I think. It was Top Gun, Fire at Will, and it was Mortal Kombat Mythology Sub-Zero.
Yeah, the other game I got with my Game Boy Color, which I was excited for because it was a video game of my favorite movie at 4 or 5 years old, however old I was. It was Tarzan, which is not a very good game.
The year the N64 came out, me and my brother had like like one of those, like we had a piece of paper, like a cardboard or not cardboard, construction paper, and we wrote like one of those thermometers, and we were saving up our money, whatever it cost. We had like $5, $10. We were nowhere close. And then Christmas morning, my mom had taken that piece of paper off our wall and like colored in the whole bubble, set it on top of a present. That was the N64. Best fucking day of my life at that point. Sam, what game did you get that's the best for you?
I can't think of anything at all, unfortunately, except the time when my parents let us open a gift early, and it was nothing super special. It was Madden 08 for the 360. But it was for me and my brother to play with each other. And he was like, I don't really like sports games. And I just think about that a lot when it comes to gifts. It's like my parents got this thing for both of us, and he's like, I don't really like this.
I can't think of any examples, but I know for a fact my mom would be like, this is for both of you. And it would definitely like, well, that only works for half, but okay.
Exactly.
Oh my God. That's like she's trying. She's like, at least one of you has said this bullshit to me before.
Exactly.
All right. Question for the podcast. Best romantic comedy to watch was Slade, the wrestler, not the glam rock band. This is from Nick Yeoman.
Is it a happy holiday theme, or is it just like any romantic comedy?
Well, I hope it's any romantic comedy, because my first thought was Fool's Gold with Matthew McConaughey.
Why?
Because he's shirtless in most of that movie. Slade's shirtless. I'll take my shirt off.
I don't know if that's how that works.
Yeah, I would put on 50 First Dates, and the entire time I'd be poking him like, yeah, that's gonna be you one day, bud.
That's a good answer.
They Came Together. Just because I like that movie a lot.
Juno,
Sam?
I think he's got some thoughts.
Oh, okay. Definitely not Christmas theme, because Marilyn has a question. Best Christmas movie to watch was Slade, the glam rock band.
Love Actually.
Elf.
Muppets Christmas Carol.
Big.
Sam, what's that crazy movie you watch every year? I pulled up your 48 reviews of it.
The Family Stone?
Yes, Family Stone. Maybe that's a good one too to watch with them.
Everyone watch The Family Stone. I think
You-
it's an important holiday movie everyone needs to watch every single year.
So episode title is definitely Slade and the Family Stone, right?
Yeah, that's very good.
Oh, that's good.
I've never been so excited to pull up Letterboxd, because I'm watching this insane movie, and I'm like, what does Letterboxd think of this movie? And then I see Sam has so many reviews of it.
You'll also see this when you get to the holiday, which I hope you watch this year.
Oh, I definitely have seen that movie, but I will watch it this year. We're watching a lot of
And
holiday
I never
movies right
remember
now.
what I wrote for the holiday, and then I just looked up what my reviews are, and they are the exact same every single time I watch this movie. So good stuff.
Look forward to the tradition continuing.
Yeah.
We also have Ducky just wanting to know just the best Christmas movie. Does everyone have their favorite Christmas movie? I guess best is different than favorite, but answer how you want.
It's a Wonderful Life.
Black Christmas.
Oh, okay.
It's a great film. Oh, bring the holiday vibes down a little bit, but still great,
not your
great
problem.
film.
Pat?
I'm drawing a blank on it for some reason. I'm just gonna say Home Alone.
The Holdovers, I believe, is going to like creep up in my like yearly watching around Christmas. That is such a that movie's fucking phenomenal. Paul Giamatti is incredible.
All timer.
We always watch. We always watch The Grinch, and like the old ones, it just sums up. It's a great movie. And
Sure.
like I said, I always had Muppets Christmas Carol, and then the Santa Claus. I feel like I watched that again for the first time in like 20 years. It was pretty good.
Where do we stand on Christmas Vacation as a podcast? National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
I actually
the rotation.
I mess with Christmas Vacation.
Yeah, I actually prefer the other vacation movies more. Which
well,
is I know not
you're
always
correct
popular.
too, because Christmas Vacation suck.
Oh, I don't know about that.
No, I'm staking my claim there.
How do we feel about A Christmas Story?
Fine.
I think it's
My dad
overrated.
loves it.
Yeah.
The second best Christmas movie directed by Bob Clark after Black Christmas.
My sister's grown woman cries at Elf every year when we watch it. It's very funny. We definitely watch more emotional Christmas movies. That just always gets through, and that cracks me up.
Scrooged.
Amen.
That's also top of the heap there. Scrooged.
Eamon says, "What are good songs for a wedding after party playlist?" This feels like a real Chris and Pat question.
After party?
Yeah.
When You Were Mine by Prince.
What?
Go listen to the song When You Were Mine by Prince, and you'll understand why it's very funny to play that at a wedding.
Chris, any thoughts?
Not for a wedding playlist, but a song that you should all check out. It's called Dance with the Devil by Immortal Technique. It's just
play that
really
out. That's what you walk
crazy.
down the aisle to.
Also, Lou Reed's entire discography.
I don't feel like the Discord. I guess because they're so young. I don't think it was a proper reaction to that.
There were a few, but crazy.
I mean, they're still at the age where they're like on the cusp of discovering Reed and the Velvet Underground.
I'm like really lame. I just want to listen to like I want to hear Mr. Brightside come on. I want to hear Cotton Eye Joe. I want to hear the shit that I hear at all the wedding receptions.
Well, that like is this playlist for the reception or is it for an after party?
After party after the reception. That is different. You're right.
Because like Mr. Brightside, Cotton Eye Joe,
that's
play those at the like that is because that's what gets all the white people on the floor.
Let's see. A lot of discussion, people answering questions that are just for us. It's gonna have to start banning these people. Porrick, what moment in wrestling this year made you cry?
What?
Happy tears when DPW announced they were going out of business.
There we go. That's good. It's good.
Question for the.
I'm sure I will shed a tear for Santos' retirement.
I don't think wrestling should make you cry. That's where we're at.
I'm sorry, I
It
love
should
you.
only make you come.
Oh, God.
Bingo. Bingo. If wrestling's making you cry, go see a doctor. It's probably a medication for that.
There were tears in my eyes watching Paul Walter Hauser versus QT Marshall, thinking about this beautiful business. I teared up.
Man,
a
what
little
a
bit.
match that was, folks. What a match.
I can't wait until the sweep for the awards show.
First time we've had a Who of the Year and Match of the Year.
Fuck you, Avisman. PWH, QT Marshall, number 1 and 2.
I wish PWH could have been seen as last opponent in like a Hollywood backlot brawl or something equally crazy.
Unfortunately, Tony is too political. He'll let that get in the way.
That's the
He'll
real
say, "That's
forbidden
my
door.
guy." It's just like Tanahashi Nakamura.
No, the only fair thing is you run the match in MLW.
That's true.
Yeah, that is
Neutral
neutral
ground.
ground.
Yeah. Neutral Ground's the company that got $20 million from WWE or whatever they're claiming it is.
Yeah, sued them over, like sued them under antitrust laws, if I remember correctly.
Question for the pod. What type of band would be most likely to fight you?
Can you repeat the question, please?
What type of band would be the most likely to fight you?
I don't know.
I would say
The
a
fuck-
folk punk band because they would hear me talking shit, but people in folk punk bands don't have the fucking guts to fight
Yeah,
me.
I'm trying to think of like what type of music is mostly tweakers. I guess new metal.
Are tweakers trying to fight you a lot right now?
No, but I'm just like, who would try to fight me? It's only some fucking fucked up tweaker from Bakersfield, like Jonathan Davis or something.
I think the Smashing Pumpkins might, when I just start fucking ripping in about how the NWA will never be MLW and Billy can get fucked. Sam, your answer is any band that likes Lou Reed.
Sure.
Which is every band.
I don't know if I should read this question from Cole, but here we go. Question for the pod. If you had to suck off every member of a classic rock band, what band would you pick?
Rod Stewart.
Kiss.
Oh no, I'm not sucking off Kiss. I'm not going anywhere near Gene's dick. Not going anywhere near Gene's dick.
Now, can I go back in time? Because I want Queen.
Okay. There we go. There we go.
Oh my god. All right. This is a good one from Cameron. Face 5 Porix-sized cockroaches or 500 cockroach-sized Porix?
And for posterity, Pork is 5'3".
Okay, yeah, well, obviously
Yes.
we all knew that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going with 500 cockroach-sized Porix, because I don't want to see 5'3" tall cockroaches.
I think I would pick the big cockroaches because it would be easier to reason with them.
I'll do the 500 cockroach-sized Porix. I'll throw the 2012 Royal Rumble on a TV.
Oh,
They're distracted.
They're
Yeah.
they're
We solved
enraptured.
it. This is a brain teaser, and I think we solved it. So don't gotta answer it.
Do a Royal Rumble that has 500 people.
From TKZ, if Samoa Joe was Santa Claus, would his beard also be balding? I don't think that's how that works.
No.
No, but it would look all fucked up because he'd shave the mustache.
Yeah, so the thing is, when you go bald, you get more facial hair. Like too much, honestly.
I mean,
It
I'm
grows somewhere
balding,
else.
and this beard's not going anywhere.
Yeah, there's more of it.
I'm personally, I'm just waiting for the day. Like, as much as all the fucking Zoomers on the Discord like to make fun of us for being old, I want my beard to go gray just because it means that rather than having a face covered in red pubes, I'll have a face covered in gray pubes, which is slightly better.
I've got some gray hairs in my beard. I pluck them out and
Same
stare
here.
at them.
It just needs. I'm like, go faster, guys. You know, someone scare me really bad.
Second question from Takezi: is Santa Claus bald? I feel like no.
I think he's balding.
Bald. Okay.
Receding hairline.
Now I'm picturing like,
It's-
does he have
it's-
like the Hulk Hogan haircut?
No, it's more like it's the fucking guy from Tintin. Can't remember his name. Anyway, but it's because Santa has too much testosterone. Is the thing.
The third question is disqualified. It says all the reindeers are dead. Which 9 wrestlers are you picking to pull Santa's sleigh? That is too many wrestlers. The name.
I am picking whoever the top 9 wrestlers are in the AEW women's division.
I'm taking NWO Wolfpack because wolves can pull a sleigh.
I'm not hitting anybody. I refuse the question. I can't be naming fucking 9
I hear
people.
you. I hear you.
I'm mad about it. Also, were there 9 people in Wolfpack?
Absolutely.
No.
I mean, I feel like you're probably right. They probably kept it going. I can't remember. Here's a good one from Porrick. Speaking of that, what's your pick for every single game award category?
Baldur's Gate 3.
Street Fighter, the live action movie, 2026, starring Cody Rhodes.
Sam, you have any picks?
The gamers. Aren't they the real winners?
That's good. Cage Match has the Wolfpack officially at 8 people for the record.
Oh,
So
shit!
that slay's fucking going down.
But wait, does that count the managers and everyone?
I don't think so.
Like, would we count Liz as part of the Wolfpack? Because
I mean, if you count Liz, you're gonna get denied. You don't think enough has been done by Liz? You're gonna make her pull a sleigh?
Yeah, no,
She's leading this
I
thing.
agree. I agree.
That's our
We
Rudolph.
let the wrestlers go, and we just have Liz pull the sleigh by her.
Oh my god! And then a really good, actually really good. Oh, Cage Match has it listed separately for the 98 Wolfpack and the 99 Wolfpack. We get the 10 or over 9. All right.
Also, Sting is leading it because he literally has a red nose.
Pork was the last question. What was the worst episode of VPR this year? You can't say oops, all guests.
Oh,
What's such
that's
an easy
one of the
one?
better ones, honestly.
Every one that I wasn't on except Oops All Guests.
Let me scroll through these.
I mean,
videos ourselves.
this question presupposes that I listened to this podcast after it's been posted, or that I commit to memory anything that has happened in the course of these conversations. But both of which, you're on faulty ground there.
Well, we've been discussing lately how we name these episodes, so I'm also trying to scroll back through, but I'm like, I don't. Oh, the big red T-shirt. I don't know what that
was the
episode's
worst?
about.
Okay, so what was the worst title?
Oh,
Well, we kind of
okay,
won.
that's
I want
good.
the green. I want the green cum.
No, that's the best title.
Yeah, I Want the Green Cum is the best title.
Absolutely.
I apologize.
I can't even understand what Ice Cream Men is.
No, you weren't on that one.
Okay.
You know,
Yeah, that was-
get it. That's a pork episode. That's a good episode.
That was a great episode. We got to talk about a shitty Kane movie for an hour. That was awesome.
And like we really did. I know the episode's kind of short, but like it's so much of it is the big top. Like we really got into it. Check it out, guys.
That one I did listen to because I remember delivering the mail while listening to it and like laughing Just walking down the street carrying my mail satchel, just laughing to myself like a psycho.
What would be the dark match universe from August? Any idea what that one's about?
Chris Jericho's huge acting performance.
Oh,
The Dark Match.
Yeah, that's all about Shudder Originals, baby.
you apologized for your dog. So maybe your dog was making noise during that one. So maybe that one's a bad episode. Sorry, guys.
Probably.
I don't know. I
Boy,
suck that I don't know what any of
maybe
these are about, but these are
magic.
all really good titles. I think the titles are so much better than the episodes.
What if the podcast going forward just the titles?
Just
It would
It
go
would be
for
like that. It would
seconds.
be like that episode of Impact where TNA something fucked up in like their satellite relay. It was just showing the same 3 commercials in a loop for 45 minutes.
That'd be good. That'd be good.
All right, guys, go back. I would like for the fans of the show, the listeners, go ahead and go back and listen to everyone we did this year. And let me know what are our highs, what are our lows.
Where can Dan improve? You know,
Yeah, specifically me. I mean, there might be a way. I think we need more basketball related titles. There's not enough of those.
well, that's an episode, folks. Thanks y'all for listening in to this rousing edition of Violent People Radio.